Hi there, it's Mukunda Mark, and I'm here at Integral Yoga. So I'm using my Mukunda name, and I actually happen to have one of my business cards with me. That's kind of funny. Yoga Mukunda. And I'm doing my reading today from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is July 8th. I'm here at Integral Yoga, taught a class this morning, and the topic is At Least Say a Nice Word. The great saintly poet Sabru Subramanya Bharati once said, "Come on, all you people, let us build a temple. All those who have plenty of money bring heaps of dollars, heaps of gold. Those who have little money bring pennies. And those who do not even have pennies at least say a nice word." Not everyone can afford to give hundreds and thousands of dollars. If you cannot give even a penny, don't sit there and say something negative. Ah, it's all nonsense. Even by not saying anything negative, you can contribute to something. I really like this one. This is a nice one for me to read in relationship to my birthday that's coming up in a couple days. I have had this idea that I wanted the proceeds from my class to be donated to Larkin Street Youth Services. And it's this idea that any contribution is useful. And so, in thinking of this reading for today, even having a nice word or gesture or a nice thought about it is helpful. It doesn't have to be that money is the thing that makes that takes the action or that makes the statement. Just having a positive sense about what that is. And I like reading that because that helps give a little extra perspective to this idea instead of thinking, oh, I wish more people would give more money, or I wish I could make this, make heaps and heaps of money for this organization. Really, what I want is to create a positive um, experience, this feeling of what we're contributing to is something greater. And even though people who are coming to a yoga class and paying money for support integral yoga is already a positive, wonderful thing to be giving to, I like the idea of continuing to channel money towards resources that are in need and that can become larger and greater at what they do when they have more resources. And in this case, it's an organization that I feel a connection with, and I want to be able to see. Um, I want to be able to create a channel of directing some of the energy and efforts that I put out in the world towards what they're doing. And I don't always um, donate to them myself. Through the years, I make different contributions to some different organizations, but I've landed on a place where I want to help support youth services because of my personal life experience, where that was a time where I felt the most trouble or troubled as a teenager, as a youth, and felt like had it not been for some of the guidance of some of the people in my life and some of my close friends, I don't know what could have happened. But I know that having the support is key. And especially as a gay youth, how important it is to have role models and guides who are supportive and can help offer, um, light when there's a lot of darkness. And so I see that that's an organization that offers that and helps to create services. So yeah, I feel like I want to make a more direct connection with them and other organizations as well, that I want to start to look into channeling funds that I make towards those resources. So people who are paying for my services have money, But even the people who just have the enthusiasm or interest in what I'm doing, how do I channel that towards other organizations that I want to help support? I think it used to be I wanted it all for me. I wanted to be able to have things, and I still want to have things, but I feel like I'm at a point where I'm less um, attached to needing to satisfy that part of my personal material wants as much as I want to be able to be sure to balance that. So yeah, I still want things, still want to have things, but it's a way of balancing that out. And maybe eventually it'll be a full channeling, but until I reach that point of enlightenment, um, there are still certain things that I feel that I benefit from and enjoy having. Um, and yeah, I think the idea here too, because I wasn't sure where the reading was going to go, but just the idea of at least saying a nice word, I feel like that can be used across the board in many situations, because we are adding a certain energy to things by the way we speak. There's certainly plenty of things to complain about or get critical about, and there's room for that, to have critical assessment of things. But for it to be done in a positive light, I know that even can be difficult to do, but what happens if we do it that way? Would that possibly lead to more constructive criticism, constructive movement towards making something better, rather than complaining about something and just having it maintain what it is? That negative vibe, we're just kind of adding to it by adding more negativity to it. What happens if we add some of the positive vibe to something we feel critically negative about? Might it actually shift because we're helping it find its truth? I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching this and being a part of these readings, and yeah, whatever positive energy. You don't have to always put a like or click like on this, but just if it feels that there's something positive that's in here for you, I'm grateful for that. And I know I feel that from all who have responded to watching these. All right, have a good day and a nice weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.